Kendrick Johnson was a 17-year-old high school student in Valdosta, Georgia. He was an athlete, a student, and by all accounts, a great kid. But on January 11, 2013, Kendrick's life took a tragic and mysterious turn. He was found dead in his high school's gym, and the way he was found is where things start to get really strange. Kendrick's body was discovered inside a rolled-up gym mat. The initial theory was that Kendrick had accidentally fallen into the mat while reaching for a shoe and got stuck. But this theory has more holes than Swiss cheese. First, let's talk about the positioning. Kendrick's shoulders were 19 inches wide, while the mat's opening was only 14 inches. How does a person fit into an opening smaller than their own shoulders? It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. This discrepancy raises immediate questions about the official story. Next, the autopsy. The first autopsy ruled Kendrick's death as accidental, caused by positional asphyxia, meaning he couldn't breathe because of how he was stuck. But Kendrick's family wasn't buying it. They believed there was more to the story, and they were right to be suspicious. A second autopsy, paid for by the family, revealed something shocking. Kendrick had suffered blunt force trauma to the neck. Now we're talking about potential foul play. This new finding suggested that Kendrick might have been attacked before ending up in the mat. Then there's the missing organs. Yes, you heard that correctly. During the second autopsy, it was discovered that Kendrick's organs were missing and had been replaced with newspaper. How does that even happen? The funeral home claimed they never received the organs from the coroner, who claimed they were too decomposed to be preserved. This is starting to sound like a cover-up, don't you think? The idea of missing organs adds another layer of mystery and raises concerns about what else might have been tampered with. And then, there are the shoes. Remember the shoes Kendrick was supposedly reaching for? One of them was found on top of his body inside the mat. If he was reaching for the shoe, how did it end up on top of him? It's like saying you dropped your keys in a well, but then finding them in your pocket. It doesn't add up. This detail further complicates the narrative and suggests that Kendrick's body might have been moved after his death. Let's not forget the security footage. The school had surveillance cameras, but the footage around the time Kendrick disappeared had strange gaps and skips. Convenient, right? Even the FBI had trouble recovering any useful information from the footage. The cameras that were supposed to show the gym where Kendrick was last seen had multiple hours of footage missing. It's like the critical moments were erased from history. Why would the footage conveniently disappear unless someone had something to hide? Adding to the confusion, several students reported seeing Kendrick earlier that day, perfectly fine and healthy. He was seen heading towards the gym, but then nothing. The timeline gets hazy, and without clear footage, it's hard to piece together his last moments. The Johnson family didn't give up. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit and demanded answers. They believed Kendrick was murdered and that his death was covered up. The lawsuit named several classmates and school officials, suggesting a conspiracy. Yet, despite all this, no one has been charged in connection with Kendrick's death. The family's determination has kept the case in the public eye, but justice remains elusive. Years later, Kendrick's case remains unsolved. The Johnson family continues to fight for justice, and the public remains divided. Was it a tragic accident, or is there something more sinister at play? One thing's for sure, Kendrick Johnson's story is far from over. Every new piece of information only adds to the puzzle, making it one of the most perplexing cases in recent memory.